Hey everybody, welcome to Get Shit Done. My name is Cindy VA, and I work with creative entrepreneurs to help them manage their team, their tech, and their to-do list. I also work with startups and brand new VAs to help them set up a foundation for their business that will help sustain them for the long haul. I work with a little bit of both. I kind of do everything, or I teach you how to do what I do. So today I'm going to walk you through a little bit more Trello stuff and my business planning that I have set up. I go through this with most new startups and new clients. If a client already has a business plan in place, I won't use this, but I find this to be super useful for brand new people. Now, a business plan can be a very, very boring, unfun thing to do, especially when you're starting out in a new business. So I tried to make it super sweet, super simple, and super sexy. So here's our template in our training board on Trello. And I've broken it down into different sections. So your first section is your vision and your goals. So you need to think about your big why. What is your driving motivation for starting this business? What are the compelling reasons for investing your time and effort? So really drive down and think about your why. Your why is going to help you sustain your business. Your why is going to help you on those really shitty days where you just don't feel like doing it anymore. So this is the number one thing that you need to think about. So when I'm creating this, I just type that right in the comments here, and I have my business plan set up. So the next one is your ideal future. So start thinking about what you want for your business and how you want this to look. What is your big dream? Where do you see yourself in 1 year? So start visualizing and writing down what that looks like in the future. Then you want to break that down into your strategic goals. So if you have a vision for the year, start breaking down what you can do in the next 12 weeks that will move you closer to that vision. What are your goals for the next month, the next week? What can you do today? So spend some time thinking about that and just brainstorming. Then we're going to move into our financial plans. So a financial plan is pretty simple if you don't complicate it yourself. Hi, Susan. All right, so a financial plan, think about what you want. What do you need? What do you want, sorry, to make your lifestyle the way it is? What do you want in order to reach that vision that you have for your future? And then you need your financial needs. So what is the specific income that you need? If you're trying to quit your 9-to-5 job, what do you need in order to replace that income? So start thinking about what you need. And then you're going to create a budget. So you're going to break down what your monthly expenses are, your pricing structure and plan, what your one-time expenses are, what your recurring expenses are. List your business and personal expenses, because being a VA or a business coach that works from home, this becomes all tied in together. So you need to write down everything. I do have a spreadsheet that I use to do this, and I'd be happy to share that if anybody would like a copy. So once that's done, then I work into my technology plan. So you need to think about a website. I recommend using a WordPress website over anything else, but if you have other ideas, you can definitely use that. Basically just breaking down, what pages you want to include in your website, what features you want included in your website. Do some brainstorming, do some research, look at different websites within your industry and get some ideas. And one of my favorite things to do is to get people to actually draw it out on paper first. Then if they can draw it out on paper, we can easily move the design online. Okay, and then next you need to think about scheduling. So if you're going to be working with clients, they'll need to book schedule time with you. So I recommend Acuity. That is the #1 app out there as far as I'm concerned. Easy to set up, and you can set up multiple appointments with it. And the free version is actually quite robust, so it works really well. Then you're going to work about calendar management. So I like to do categories. I'm sure if you've seen any of my past videos, it's all about color coding. So I like to color code all my stuff in there. This is entirely personal and how you do it, but I definitely recommend that you come up with a system to manage your calendar. I do recommend Google Calendar. WordPress over Wix, Susan. WordPress is just more robust. You have more options, more capabilities. Wix is just a very basic website builder that has a lot of glitches to it. So if you ever want to build your WordPress site into something big, and you can create stores and you can do all sorts of things with WordPress. So I just find WordPress to be more versatile, and it's a lot easier to design stuff on a WordPress site. You betcha. You're welcome. Okay, so moving along, the calendar management, then you need file storage. I recommend Google Drive. Some people use Dropbox, but Google Drive for me is the best. I have a file that I'm happy to share with anybody on how I organize my files. So just leave a comment if you'd like to have that, and I can share that with you. Then you need a project management plan, which, hello, Trello, that's what we're doing. Hands down, Trello is the #1 for project management. Email management, now this is basically communicating with your list, and I recommend ConvertKit. Full disclosure, I am an affiliate for ConvertKit. I find it to be the #1 platform for email management and communicating with your list. So and it's user-friendly, it's super easy to set up, super simple. I also offer that as a service if anybody is needing that. Invoicing and bookkeeping, I prefer to use Wave apps. It is a free account, and I can invoice custom invoices, I can accept credit cards, and it drops my money right into my bank account. So that's super easy. Susan, I saw you said yes, please. Was that for the Drive organization file? If you could just clarify, because I'm offering up a few different PDFs on this one. All right, so password management. So many people think they need the blood of a virgin in order to create new passwords. I use Dashlane. It is a Chrome extension for the Chrome browser. You throw that into your Chrome browser and it starts generating passwords, and it will start telling you when you need to create a new password, if a password's been used too often or if it's too similar to another password. It works to create strong passwords, and it remembers everything for you, and it logs you in automatically. So you'll only ever have to remember one password from now on. So I highly recommend that everybody do this. It is crucial, especially with identity theft happening left, right, and center all the time right now. So it's simple to set up. It takes you like 5 minutes, so just no excuses. Just go do it. All right. Then you need a content plan. So content plan collection, I like to have these all broken down into my Drive organization, which you will see. Yes, Susan, I see that. I will definitely share that with you. I might actually just leave it in the comments for everyone. So I like to have these broken down. So my Facebook page, credentials, LinkedIn profile credentials, testimonials and certifications, I keep those all in a file so that if I ever need to change anything or make updates, I can quickly go in there and locate that file and change things. Graphics and media, you need to have your website photos or profile images, relevant graphics, videos, audios, and your logo. You need to have those easily accessible. Business forms, if you're working with clients, you'll need those. Proposal templates, NDAs, which are non-disclosure agreements, an invoice template, which you can set up in Wave, all those kind of things. Then your website copy, and obviously there's going to be a lot more to this. This is just a start. And then your online content and how you're going to do content. So that's all broken down in there. This would probably take up quite a bit of your time setting this all up, but once it's done and it's organized and it's all in a great place. So you can definitely use this using the, and again, Susan, I have another PDF for file storage, so you can use that. I'll also share that one as well. Then you need a content plan for your needs. So drop a list of content that you need to create. So you can create that and just kind of have a checklist in that in that Trello card, and then you can just check those off as they get done. Then you need a marketing plan. So just brainstorm different ways that you can get in front of your audience. If you're working with clients, coaches, anything like that, obviously Facebook is, oh weird, Jenny, I'm not sure why it's not going live. That's strange. Hopefully you can catch the replay. So with the marketing plan, basically just start thinking about the things that you can do. I don't want you to think about what everybody else is doing, although that is a great way to come up with ideas, but you need to think of what will actually work for you and your message and your audience. So just start brainstorming in a few ideas and then come up with 1 or 2 that you can start working on. I wouldn't recommend trying to do 12 at once. Just work on 1 or 2 things and then just keep plugging away at the new ones as you get better and better and more consistent with the first 2. Then you need a learning plan. I don't care who you are or where you're at in your business. We all need to continue to grow. If you're not growing, you're dying. And so you need to have an education plan in place. So whatever skills you think that you need to learn, whatever personal stuff you need to get through in your life, if you're trying to break through certain fears or break through a certain income level, whatever it is, start brainstorming the different courses, different programs that you can take from people, and start planning that out. And think of how many courses can you take in a 3-month period, and start breaking that down and figure out what you can take and when you can fit it into your schedule. And then last but not least, you need a productivity plan. So I like to break down how many hours per week you can devote to your business. And then you want to allocate your time into client work, administration, education, and marketing. So marketing involves all your content creation, communicating with your list, creating all your social media stuff, working in Facebook groups if that's something that you're doing. Anything that is in relation to building your business is going to be under marketing. Learning, education, that is anything where you're up leveling your skills or your income, anything like that. Administration should be maximum 10% of your time, and this is where you're checking and responding to emails, doing the basics that need to get done in order to keep the business running, but shouldn't take up the majority of your time. And then your client work obviously needs to get done in order to make money. I like to time block everything off, and I am going to be doing another live in regards to this time blocking and the Pomodoro technique. I will also do a live about that. Those are two simple techniques that work really, really well. If you have any questions on any of this stuff, please ask me in the comments. I will make sure that I get back to you and answer your questions. So a lot of this stuff I offer up as a service, so if any of this stuff is something that you're interested in, please reach out. We can definitely chat about that. All right, that's it for today. I hope you guys have a great one, and I hope you learned something from this and got some value. Again, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Have a great day. Go get shit done.